Howdy, y'all. My name is Phil with Philbilly Games. Thank you so much for joining me for today's content as we take a first look at the new upcoming set in November, Star Trek for Magic the Gathering. It's weird to say together. Before we get into it, just a few quick reminders. As always, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment to this video. That helps me on my journey to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I also have a Discord if you haven't joined that yet. Follow the link in the description of this video. You can join the Discord, look at the announcement section. I try to update that every couple of days. And I sell sealed Magic the Gathering product. Sometimes I have other games as well, but most of the time, sealed Magic product at a pretty good price. You can pick that up directly from me, so just check that out. I also have pre-order windows for upcoming sets at times, so just be checking that out on a daily basis, all right? You can also reach out to me if you have questions, thoughts about starting your own business, about Magic, about another card game. You can contact me directly through that Discord as well. I also buy collections is what I'm trying to say. So if you have a Magic the Gathering collection that you're looking to offload, or even if it's just a few cards to just narrow down your collection a little bit, just let me know, reach out. You can do it through that Discord, or you can email me at philbillygames@gmail.com. And I also, if you've watched my last video, have moved all my singles collection over to Mana Pool from TCG Player. And you can find that link as well, either through the Discord or directly through the link to this video, the description to this video. All right, so we're gonna get into it. But before I switch over here to look at my web browser, how old am I? To look at whatever, the website, whatever, it's fine. I'm not starting this video over again. Before we get looking at the details, I just want to kind of talk through this a little bit and just my own thoughts and opinion. So I don't know much about Star Trek. I'm a Star Wars guy. If a Star Wars set ever comes out, it's going to bankrupt me. But as far as Star Trek goes, I don't know a ton. I've watched a little bit. So when I go through this description, I know there's probably a lot of you that are big Star Trek fans, and I'm sure you have a really high level of excitement for this set. But there's some like me where I don't mind it. I don't mind having other IPs in the game. I know some people hate that, but it doesn't bother me. This one just doesn't excite me a whole lot just because of what IP it is, and because I've never really been in it in the past. Now, that being said, as I got the first look today, as we all got the first look today through Wizards, it's pretty exciting. There are some pretty neat things in there, and so my mentality about the set has changed a little bit. I was worried at the beginning that it was going to be a little bit of a train wreck, that it was going to be a flop. As previews came out, I had a feeling this would be a set that I didn't invest very heavily in, but I don't know now. My opinion may have changed a little bit as we look at things, all right? So what I have is I pulled up Wizards' first look webpage. They've just added, they usually do that the first day that they kind of give a overall preview of the set. So they've added that page out there to take a look at. So we're just going to roll through it together. I just want to kind of show you and talk through what is included or what's coming in this set. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so I have pulled up the Collecting Magic the Gathering Star Trek A First Look article. This is an article that Wizards of the Coast puts out with each set, usually quite a few weeks, maybe even months before the set releases, just to give some initial information on what to expect. Whether you're a store wanting to purchase your product and trying to determine how much you want to spend, or whether you're just, a individual that loves Magic and wants to pre-order some product, right? It gives you an idea of what to look forward to. So this is our article. It was posted today. There was not a live stream because it wasn't live, it was pre-recorded, but a pre-recorded video posted today on Wizards of the Coast's social media that just talked a little bit about what we can expect. So we're going to roll through here. I'm not going to read everything. I just want to kind of give the highlights as we go through. I'm not going to read each card and the mechanics and all of that. You're welcome to kind of scroll through yourself, but I just wanted to show you some of the things that we can expect through here. All right, so first off, you'll see that the set releases November 13th. We'll see dates at the end about events such as pre-release, which will be the week before. But the big thing that you'll notice is these headliners, which we'll see signed as we go down. But there's this blank space, but they include a signature, which this is the first time ever in the history of Magic the Gathering that in booster packs, collector booster packs specifically, you're able to find cards that are signed. And these aren't just like stamped signatures, these are actual authentic signatures from actors and actresses throughout Star Trek history. And we'll see a little bit more information on these later, but that's a huge deal. I expect those to be very highly sought after and very highly valuable. You'll see that they come in collector boosters, so you can find them collector booster packs, draft nights, which draft night comes with one collector pack in it, and so that's why that's listed on here, because there's a slight chance. And then the Beam Me Up bundle is the gift bundle that has additional collector packs in there as well. So if we scroll through here, you'll see a few different symbols. This is the base set. We have the expansion symbol, which is legal in all other formats. And then the SDS expansion symbol. This one, if I'm not mistaken, is on kind of like the reskin. Like you'll find the expansion cards, like in Spider-Man, there was the Ponder, right? And it was kind of a reskin card. I think there's some of this. We'll see that as we go through, but they're cards that are reprinted. They're not legal in other formats unless they were already legal, but we'll see. I might have gotten that totally goofed up. So if I did, go ahead and burn me in the comments. All right. So let's scroll on here. One thing I noticed is, I don't know if this has gone up or not, but man, packs are expensive. So one play booster pack of Star Trek is $6.99, which seems steep to me. I don't know if that's an increase at all. But collector boosters, $37.99. You can kind of see down the gamut here. Commander decks, $74.99. So just, it's not a cheap set. It is definitely an investment financially. Some important dates too, just scrolling through here. We'll see the pre-release will be November 6th through the 12th, and the global tabletop release will be November 13th. Again, I'm not going to read through all the cards in full through here, but I just want to kind of show you what's in here. So some sagas that tells some of the stories from Star Trek along the way. These are the signed headliner cards. I thought there was one that showed the signature actually on here. Maybe it's later on. But we do have the signed headliner cards. They've only showed 2 so far. And if we look down here, yeah, here we go. So there's 7 different ones and approximately 250 copies of each. That's amazing. And like I said, I do expect these to be very costly, and I doubt I'll ever see one myself out of a pack, but you never know. Maybe I'll get lucky, maybe you'll get lucky, but these are pretty cool. We have the Stardate cards. That's that symbol that I was saying, the Enterprise symbol. So if you scroll in here, this is Shieldred the Apocalypse, reskinned as Khan. This is Benedict Cumberbatch, and I think that would be an amazing signed card to get. Like if they did one of his cards as one of the headliners, that'd be pretty amazing. But we'll have some reskin cards here, and they refer to those as the Stardate cards. And you can get those in play boosters actually, so that's pretty cool. Now we have, when I first saw this, I thought, what is that? LCARS? LCARS? I don't know. If you're a Star Trek fan, maybe that's a big deal. I've never heard of that before in my life, but it does say what it stands for here. It's the Enterprise's Library Computer Access and Retrieval System. And it's a special frame. I kind of zoom into one, a couple here. I don't know if I'm a big fan of this frame. Maybe you love it. Again, go to the comments. Tell me if you like this or not. I'm not a fan. It's not my favorite frame, but there's those cards that we can look forward to, and that same frame, I mean, they've already alluded to it up here, and I kind of skipped ahead a little bit. All 10 Shocklands are going to be in this set, and they are standard legal, if I'm not mistaken. That is crazy. So in one set, they're going to make all 10 Shocklands legal again. So that kind of blows my mind. I also believe that this is going to make Shocklands incredibly cheap. My guess is every Shockland will be sub $5 at least for a while, which I think is great. I think there's some special treatments that'll stay up there, but for those that just want to play the game, right, and have a hard time shelling out the money for Shocklands because they can be pretty pricey, it gives you the chance to pick all of these up, whole play sets of them, at a pretty good affordable price, because I'm assuming we'll see tons of these flooding the market once the set releases. And there's multiple frames too, so these are interesting. Again, not a huge fan of the frame, but it is kind of cool to have the full art without the text. So textless, breeding pool, overgrown tomb, all the different Shocklands. Pretty neat. I do like that. And the art is cool. I'm just not a big fan of the frame. But again, maybe you are. We have Classic Enterprise cards. And the Classic Enterprise cards, I kind of like these. It kind of looks like old school, right? Like you have the retro James Kirk. I think that's kind of neat. I'm a little, I'm a little bit of a fan of these. But we have the Showcase Classic Enterprise cards in the set. And these, let's go back up a little bit too. So these Shocklands you can also find in play boosters, not just collector boosters. Same with the Classic Enterprise cards. We have scene cards. Scene cards, they describe it, borderless scene cards depict scenes that span generations with artwork that spans multiple Magic cards. So we'll have some different scene cards. Oh, shoot, hold on just a second. Let me go into Amazon over here. If we look at this, there we go. I don't know why that's funky. You can see all the different, here's the scene boxes. So there's 2 different scene boxes that we'll get into, but these are included in the scene boxes. I'm sure we'll see some more here soon, but they've only showed us a couple to get us started. I kind of like this one. So there's some Beam Me Up bundle promo cards. And if you look, these are only in the Beam Me Up bundles. The Beam Me Up bundles, if you aren't aware of how bundles work, at least right now with Magic the Gathering, there's usually 2 different types. There's the standard bundle, and the bundle is usually just regular packs, regular draft packs. Sometimes there's a promo card or something in there. There's a spin down and some lands and things like that, but it's usually not super exciting. But then there's a gift bundle that typically comes out after the set releases. So in this situation, this is the Beam Me Up bundle, and it typically comes with some collector packs in there. It comes with some promo cards that are usually pretty cool and unique. And it comes with its own special spin down die and all of that. So they're usually pretty hard to get, and they usually go for quite a bit of money too. And so just note that these will probably be a challenge to get. But you'll see here below, it includes 8 play boosters, 1 collector booster, and then 2 of 8 Beam Me Up bundle promo cards. Each of these cards is a spacecraft for Magic the Gathering. And so you'll see here the USS Enterprise Galaxy class, which is going to be in this set, is in the, I already forgot what it was called, the Beam Me Up bundle promo card. I thought there was a specific name. I guess it's schematic card. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so there we go. Some mechanics in here. We have Assimilate, which you'll see is a new ability. Assimilate, we have put onto the battlefield under your control, or I'm sorry, when board queen enters, assimilate target creature card from an opponent's graveyard, which is put it onto the battlefield under your control with a +1/+1 counter. It's a Borg artifact creature and loses all other creature types. I think that's a pretty great ability. We see Face a Dilemma. I'm excited about this one. So we talk about cards like this, right? It's based off of cards that give you choices. So you can choose one, this or this. And then Dilemma, whenever you face a dilemma, which is choosing something from here, so you face a dilemma as you choose one or more modes for a spell or ability. So these dilemma cards, this ability works off of the modular cards, which I think is pretty cool. That's fun. We have Federation, a new ability. Federation, I'm going to butcher this. When Hoshi Sato enters, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creature types among non-board creatures you control. Put one of them in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Again, interesting ability, pretty cool. And then a returning spacecrafts and stations. If you're not familiar with stations, it's a newer ability. I think it came out in Edge of Eternities. And basically, if you look at this card here, it has this first ability. Whenever one or more charge counters are put on USS Enterprise for the first time each turn, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. This line does not exist yet, but what you do, you'll see here, tap another creature you control, put charge counters equal to its power on this spacecraft, station only as a sorcery. It's an artifact creature at 7+. So you can tap your other creatures to put counters on this. Once you get up to 7 or more, it becomes a 4/5 flying vigilance creature, quote unquote, spacecraft. All right. And then we have some promo cards that you can pick up from playing at your LGS. And I'm going to keep scrolling because I just want to hit the products real quick. So we have our play booster boxes. I like the art on that. That's pretty sweet. We have our collector booster, also cool. We have Borg. Is that Picard? No. Is it Picard? I don't know. I'm terrible at this. My Star Trek fans are gonna fire me. All right, we have some commander decks. I just want to touch on this real quick. So we have over to the left, we have Federation Fleet, which says seek out card draw and charge your starships. So that sounds like a pretty cool deck. It sounds like it's going to have quite a few starships in it to be pumping in. We have Landing Party, which is Strange New Worlds and Trigger Landfall. Landfall is personally one of my favorite mechanics, so I'm excited to see what's going to be included in Landing Party. We have Klingon Fury, show your aggression, hit the whole battlefield. That one sounds kind of fun too, just kind of hitting everybody at once. We Are the Borg is the final one, grow your ranks and assimilate the enemy. So that's our 4 commander decks. There are a collector edition commander deck version as well that includes all surge foils. So that is out there and available. We have our normal bundle. We have our Beam Me Up bundle, which again includes 1 collector booster in there as well as the play boosters. We have some of the lands and 2 of the, I think it was 8 Beam Me Up bundle promo cards. Then you have your life counter, the box, and the spin down. Wait, is there a spin down in here? It doesn't say that. Oh yeah, sorry, oversized spin down life counter. It's been a long day. We have a beginner box. Beginner box is kind of a newer product, and it includes, this one has some themed jumpstart decks, foil tokens, game board playmats. Basically, like if you're trying to kick off the set, sometimes there's some great cards in here too, like if you're just collecting, but especially if you're trying to learn Magic, you're getting into it, or you're trying to build up a collection, this can be a great place to start with that, or to use to teach other people how to play Magic. So it's not a bad product. Sometimes there's some value in it if you're a collector or you're looking to start a store. You might want to pick some of these up, but it's kind of hit or miss, at least in my opinion. But if you're trying to like teach someone, this is a great opportunity. We have the Draft Knight. Draft Knight's a newer product as well. I think these are kind of neat. If you have like a pod, a commander pod already, it has enough product in here to do a Draft Knight with your commander pod, so 4 of you. And there's even a collector booster pack for the winner, or if you want to, like, you know, first, second, third, fourth, and you get a draft from that pack, however you want to do it. But there is a collector pack in there as well. And it includes lands, double-sided tokens, and all of that for you. Pretty much everything you would need to do your own Draft Night with your commander pod, or just 3 other friends, right? We have 2 scene boxes in here. Scene boxes are a product where basically it includes, most of the time, I think, 6 cards. A lot of times, if not always, they're mechanically unique as well, and foil. And it creates a scene. You can either collect the cards, play with the cards, or if you want to display them, it comes with a little display easel so that you can put them up and show them off to your friends or whoever. And the pre-release packs, these are more for LGSs or in-store. You can come get a pre-release pack and play with your friends, play at a pre-release event. All right, so that's about it. I'd love to hear your opinions, your likes, your dislikes. Do you hate the set? Do you love it? Did I say some things that totally offended you because I don't know enough about Star Trek? Please use the comment section below. Personally, I'm kind of excited for the set. I wasn't at the beginning, but after today's announcement, I'm a little more on board. So I am excited to see more about what's coming in the set, the power level, all of that. Some of the cards that they did preview today too, I felt like were pretty powerful and pretty fun and mechanically unique. Not mechanically unique, but man, it's been a long day. I'm about to take a nap after this. Mechanically, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. You know what? I'm just going to call it. I'm going to call it. Thank you so much for listening and watching today's video. I am tired today. I'm going to get some sleep, but I just wanted to make sure I at least made a little bit of time to talk through the different upcoming products here with Star Trek. But thank you so much for watching. I can't really do this very well, but we'll do the Leonard Nimoy. Be blessed and live long and prosper.